So Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out in just a few days, and it's no surprise that it's leaking all over the internet because of that. Now, as somebody who's pretty wary of spoilers myself, I've been very, very careful about which leaks I look at and which leaks I don't, and I'm gonna give you guys all of my takeaways here in this video, and of course there will be goose egg, zero, nada spoilers in this video. I don't do that. I'm not trying to cheapen the experience you have when you boot up the game for the first time. That is not what we do here on the Pineapple channel, but I do want to get you guys extra hyped, and there's a few things I wanted to talk about that I noticed while I was watching some of these leaks that are 100% not spoilers, but are things that I think are worth talking about here on the channel. Things like the free roam world, the city itself, how gangs are working, different ways that you can buy clothes, and just overall the atmosphere. I'm super amped about some of the footage I saw, so I'm gonna do my best to break it down for you here. Obviously, I can't show it to you because CD Projekt personally threatened to send Max Tech, and I gotta be honest, guys, I don't have the cyberware for that fight right now. So once again, I want to reiterate that there will be no spoilers in this video, but we are talking about my high-level impressions of these leaks. And if you're new around here, I did want to say make sure you drop a subscription to the Pineapple channel because we are going to be doing a ton of content on Cyberpunk 2077. Everything from weapons you won't want to miss in-game, how to romance certain characters, playthroughs, guides, all kinds of stuff. And that's not even mentioning all the plans I have for Cyberpunk Twitch. So to make sure you don't miss a thing, ring that bell notification. And everybody who subscribed within the last few days, I don't know what to say other than thank you and welcome to the Pineapple community. I can't wait for Cyberpunk 2077. I know you guys are just as hyped. So without further ado, let's hop into my initial impressions of these leaks. I want to start off by talking about the consoles that I've seen it on because obviously it's only on console right now. Pretty sure I've seen it on a PS5 and an Xbox One X. I say pretty sure because obviously I wasn't in the room with the dude, and most of the reactions I'm gonna have are based on the PS5 footage. Now, I did want to get one glaring thing for me out of the way. The only major gripe I had with everything that I saw is that population density is actually pretty low. Personally, I'm going to be playing on PC, and I know that I'm going to be able to get the population density I want, and I'm sure that it might have just been the area of Night City that I was in. Maybe it was 4 in the morning and everyone was asleep. I don't know, but one thing I did notice right off the bat was the city did not seem nearly as populated as it did in the trailers, and that's exactly the opposite of everything that I've seen people who have had 16 hours or so with the game, all those big outlets. A lot of them said population density was really high, and obviously those were all PC players. So the big takeaway for me here is that the difference between PC and console, yeah, there's going to be some graphical upgrades when you're playing on the PC, but the main thing it looks like is population density. But that is the only negative thing I have to say about these leaks, and I wanted to put that right at the front because, guys, holy shit, does this look good. Now, I've seen about 30 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay, and it's mostly somebody driving around Night City. They pick up a cola, they get hit by a car, there's some loose looting involved, not a ton goes on, definitely nothing spoilery, and all I could do the entire time I was watching was lean closer and closer to my screen. The atmosphere that CD Projekt has created here is literally insane. Just watching people walk around this world had me with my jaw on the floor, and there's a number of reasons for that, but I would almost liken it to the way that Game of Thrones just felt like a different level of television. That's what this feels like for gaming. When I look at this game, it makes me rethink what gaming is supposed to be, especially open world games. And I really can't wait to get my hands on it so I can play with the conversation features. But all in all, the actual atmosphere of the game, and I know I keep saying atmosphere, but guys, like, it is really next level. Everything from the steam coming from the grates, the way the cars actually move, a lot of things that we've actually been taking for granted in other games look like they've almost been reworked from the ground up here. Like, if there's one thing I could say about this game, it's that it feels very refined. I saw a couple of basic graphical issues, some shadow flickering, 1 or 2 NPCs that looked like they were about to fight somebody but were staring off into the distance. So there is some issues, but all in all, this game literally looks incredible. The other thing I wanted to say is the way you talk to random NPCs isn't all that interactive. Like, there is a talk button for like random pedestrians, which was interesting to me because a lot of the main story characters you just walk up to and start talking. So there has to be some separation between normal pedestrians and actual story mode characters. And maybe that's an easy way to tell if somebody you're talking to has a story arc. I wish I could show you a little footage of this, but I really can't. The next thing I thought was really interesting is there's a part of the gameplay where this guy is just basically walking around looking at the city, and he walks past a street vendor, and you can stop, talk to the street vendor, and like like buy clothes. I know that sounds small, but anybody who's ever visited or lived in a big city will know that there is a ton of street vendors everywhere, and anybody who's played RPGs before will know that they don't let you buy stuff. The closest thing I can think of to what I saw is Skyrim, how you can go into Riften and there's that little market in the center, but this was just one dude on the side of the street with some mannequins selling some clothes, which means to me, hopefully you'll have to go to certain areas to pick up certain styles of clothing, and the fact that these people are kind of scattered throughout the map without clear markers above them is actually really cool to me, because it means that you can stumble across cool things that you might not have by actually walking to your next location. Something else I wanted to mention was there's like some sort of bounty system. I know we've seen people talk about it, how there's like actual high-level bounties that you can go after and then return them, but there was literally one point where this guy walks up to a club and looks at the bouncer, uses some sort of analyze feature, and it says that he's worth 298 credits if he were to be turned into the police. And this is just the bouncer outside of the bar. So in theory, I could just take that bouncer in for 300 bucks, and he's just a random NPC with like an actual job. It's not like he had a skull icon over his head and he was a boss fight and you could knock him out at the end of the boss fight, throw him over your shoulder and take him in for money. This was like a totally optional, hey, do you want to attack this bouncer? And the guy wasn't even hostile either. He was just standing there guarding the door while this character V was looking at him. Another thing that might seem small, but in a game like Assassin's Creed, if you get too close to somebody who has a bounty, it automatically engages the fight when they see you. But in Cyberpunk 2077, you really do have to attack first, or at least that's what it seems like from the limited footage that I've seen. But the sheer depth in this game seems really, really cool to me, and I'm curious how many levels it goes. Like I said, the only thing that I saw that kind of bothered me was the population density, and I want to stress this is on a 2-month-old version of the game. I'm pretty sure this did not have the 43 gigabyte patch that CD Projekt has put out for the Ultimate Edition owners who got their copies, because that patch actually locks the game so that you can't get into it. There are a few workarounds that I'm not going to talk about here, but in general, most people who got that patch installed now have to wait. I know this is a little bit different of a style of video here, but honestly guys, I'm just super excited for this game, and I've been watching these leaks left and right, and when thinking about what video I was going to make next for you, I just wanted to get you guys as excited and as up to speed as I am. So let me know down in the comment section down below if you've seen any of these leaks. I will be monitoring the comment section super close so that there's no spoilers in there. And don't forget, if you're a new viewer who hasn't clicked subscribe yet, there's going to be a ton of fantastic Cyberpunk 2077 content here, so please don't miss out. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and I promise to bring you guys the latest and greatest Cyberpunk 2077 content. That being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys back in Night City with a brand new Cyberpunk 2077 video very, very soon. All right, peace.